Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video, I'm going to talk about integrals of sine. First, integral of sine u. What the integral of sine u? Okay. What the integral of sine u first? Sine u. The integral of sine u du is equal to minus cosine u plus c. Example. Integral of sine angle is 3x dx. So equal to, now what we have? We have u equal to 3x. So what is the du? The du is 3 dx. U is the 3 dx. So, but there is no 3. Here what you have to do, you have to multiply by 3 and divide by 3. Multiply by 3 and divide by 3. Why? To be equal, because the 3 times the 3, this one is 1. That is means it's still the same. It's still the same. So sine 3x dx. So the angle is 3x u, the derivative 3. We have the derivative of 3. So what is the answer of sine u? Du, the derivative of u. We have the derivative of 3. So the answer is minus cosine u. Minus, the answer is equal to minus cosine u plus c. See, 1 over 3, this out of the integral is constant. So the integral of sine u du, sine 3x times the 3 sine 3x is cosine 3x minus cosine. See, that is sine u du minus cosine. Another example. Integral of sine 5x dx. 5x dx equal to, now the derivative of 5x is 5. So we need here 5 and divide by 5. Because the derivative of 5x, 5, there's no 5. So I have to multiply by 5. Now, the derivative of sine 5x is cosine. So now they have sine, write it, 5x dx. See, still is equal, is the same. Why? Because this will be 1. 5 will be out, will be 1. So now, multiply by 5. Why multiply by 5? Because the derivative of sine 5x now equal to the answer. What the answer is? Now the integral of sine minus cosine. Minus cosine. Cosine what? Minus cosine u. Sine u du, the derivative of 5x, 5 minus cosine. What about 1 over 5? This all of the integral is constant. A plus c. Another example. Example, integral of sine half x dx equal to, the derivative of half x is half. So now this equal to integral. So we have to multiply by half. And out, what about divide by half? And 2. So now see, half will be 2 with 2 is 1. Still is the same. Equal. Still it is equal. So then integral of what we have? Sine what sign? Half x dx. So the derivative of half we have. So now equal to the integral. Sine u du. U half x. See, the u is half. What is the du? Is half dx. So we have, see, we have half dx. So sine u du. So the integral is minus cosine u. What is the u? The u is half plus c. Okay, this relates to the sine power 1. What about sine power 2? Example now. If I have sine squared x, sine squared. See the power here, the power 2. If the power is 2, I am right using different color. Sine squared. How to find the integral of sine squared? Sine squared dx equal to sine squared. We have to use this formula. Half angle formula, which comes from double angle formula. Half 1 minus cosine 2x. Half 1 minus cosine 2x. So then this one is equal now integral of half multiplied by 1 minus cosine 2x dx. So sine square is, this is the sine square. Half angle formula, this is from double angle formula, cosine 2x. Using this identity. Equal to, now, how to find the integral? 1 by 1. So now what I have? I have half times 1, okay, dx, the first one, minus half times cosine 2x dx. So the integral of the first one, dx, the first one, with the integral of cosine 2x. Now, equal to the integral of the first one, half dx is x, minus, what about the integral of cosine? Really, the integral of cosine is sine. The integral of cosine u du is equal to sine. Why? Because the derivative of sine is cosine. So now this one minus, but here du, what is the u? See, the u is 2x, the u, 2x. So what we need, multiply by du. So u is 2x. What is the du? Is 2 dx, 2. So now we have dx. See here, we have dx. This one, see, but there is 2, we need 2. So now this one is half integral of 2. We have to multiply by 2, and we have to divide by 2. So now multiply by 2 and divide by 2. Okay, so see, why? Because 2 will be 1. Cosine, what I have now? Cosine u. What is the u here? 2x dx. See now, the derivative of cosine. Now, the derivative of only 2x, only 2 is the angle, is 2 dx. So now we have 2 dx. And see, this the same, still the same. Why the same? Because I multiply by 2, see the red? 1 divided by 2, which is 1. So if we look at half cosine is the same. See, it's the same, this is the same, this is the. Okay, now. So then, what I have here, equal to the answer is, equal what? Equal the first one, half x minus 1 over 4. What is the integral? Cosine u du. See, cosine u du, look at here, cosine u du is sine u, sine. The integral is sine. So equal to what now? Sine, what's sine? 2x plus c. This is the answer. This relates to the sine squared. And be the same if I have, for example, see, for example, if I have integral of sine, for example, square of 3x dx. Again, I'm using the formula. What the formula said? Sine square x is half 1 minus cosine. To also use this identity, using this identity, which is half angle formula, which is derived from double angle cosine 2x, double angle formula. Now, this one is equal to sine square is integral of half 1 minus cosine. You have 3x, what will be 6x dx. Why 6? Because see, cosine 2x. 2x here, what I have, I multiply by 2. So I have here 3. So times 2 will be 6. See, here I have 6. Clear why it is 6? Look at here, this one 6 now. Double. Then what the integral is? Equal to the integral of half times 1 dx, the first one integral of 1 dx, minus the integral of cosine. So half multiplied by each one, half out of the integral. Integral of what? Cosine 6x dx equal to integral of 1 is x. So this half x, the derivative will be 1. Minus, here what we need, multiply by 6, we divide by 6. This one is minus 1 over 2. So what I need here, I need to multiply by 1 over, multiply 6 and divide by 1 over 6. Why? Because we need the derivative of 6, which is 6. But we have no 6 here. See, there is no 6 here. So that means I have to multiply by 6 or divide by 6. See, now this one is the same because 6 with 6 is 1. It's not affect the answer. Now, see, now, what I have now, cosine. What cosine? 6x dx. See the red color? I multiply by 6, I divide it by 6. Now, equal to half x minus 6 by 2, this one 1 over 12. But the integral cosine u du, sine. The integral is sine u, sine u. Plus what? Plus c. So this is the answer. This one is related to the sine square here. The first example, the second example. Now, what about q? If I have sine q example. Okay, if we have sine q, sine q, x dx equal to. So now, what we have to do? See, integral of sine q. We write sine, this odd number, odd. 3 is odd. Where it's sine, okay, and we have this times sine square x is the same because sine by sine square is sine cube. So if I have power, odd power, I write one of them, the rest I write it here. So sine cube will be sine times sine square dx. Now this one is equal to sine x, keep it. Sine x, keep it as it is, sine x. What about sine square? See, sine square, we write it as 1 minus cosine square x dx. Why? Because we have sine square theta plus cosine square theta equal to 1. So sine square theta equal 1 minus cosine square theta. Okay? So then sine square equal what? Sine square 1 minus cosine square theta. Now, this one is equal to, equal 1. Sine by 1, so we have the integral. First one, sine x dx minus what? The integral of sine x cosine squared x dx. So now integral first, sine by 1 sine by cosine second integral the second. Why? Because you have minus integral of each one. Multiply and find the integral of each one, each part. Equal to what? The integral of sine is minus cosine. Then what about the second one? See the second one. Now cosine, I have power 2. See, I have cosine x squared. The square here. See here what I have? 2 cosine squared. I can write this one to here. The same meaning. So what I have now, I have u to power n. What is the derivative of cosine? Minus sine. So we need here, see, minus before sine, because it is minus sine. Now what I have? Minus sine. I multiply by minus. What about here? Multiply by outside minus. So positive, negative, what will be positive here? Because negative, positive. This will be positive. Okay, so this one I can write it. I can write it here, plus. So it's the same now. Positive, negative will be negative. See the blue one. Then cosine, see, look at it. Cosine squared x dx. Now what I have? The derivative of cosine minus sine. So now what is the integral? U to power n. So equal to now. U to power n, what will be? Plus u to power n plus 1. So it will be 3 over n plus 1. So if you have integral u to power n, will be du is u to the power what? N plus 1 over n plus 1. Because n is not equal to negative 1. So derivative of cosine minus sine. So I have u to power n. So u square legs will be u cube over 3. Why? Because the derivative of cosine minus sine, you have, see, u to power n du. Like the u, what is the u? Is cosine x. So then I have u square. What is the du? Minus sine. The derivative of cosine minus sine. So then the integral is of u to power n will be u to power n plus 1 over n plus 1. And cosine square will be cosine cube over 3 plus c. And what I have here? Minus cosine x. So this is the answer. Let's relate what? Now I'm repeating again. If we have sine power 3, so it will be sine times sine square dx. Sine square, we write 1 minus cosine square. Okay, this for the odd, which now, in case if I have, see, if I have odd power 3, okay, then we write sine times 1 minus cosine. Multiply, so then it will be sine cosine square. So sine is minus cosine, and sine cosine square will be n plus 1 over n plus 1. Okay, so this is the answer of this one. Okay, now if we have the integral example now, if I have the integral of sine power 4 x dx equal to, what about sine power 4? We know that from the identity we said sine square is half 1 minus cosine 2x. So what about now sine power 4? Sine power 4, I can write it in this way. See, sine square all to the power 2. 2 by 2 will be 4. Sine squared x. Okay, dx. Now it's the same. 2 by 2 is 4. Equal to integral of. See, sine square is half. Sine square, it is half. We can write it. This one, half. And what half? 1 minus cosine 2x. Close the bracket here. So what I have here, look at the green color. I have 2. So what you have? We have 2. Okay. Now again, sine square is half 1 minus cosine 2x. This is the formula. Okay. This is the formula. Sine square will half 1 minus cosine. See, look at what I have here. I have here sine squared. Equal to sine squared, half, see, half 1 minus cosine 2x. Look at here. But because this is the 2 green, look at the same, I have 2. Only this one sine squared. Okay, then what I have here, dx equal to. So how to find the integral? I have this 1 power 2. Let that half power 2 is equal to what? Half power 2. It is 1 over 4. Right, students? Then what about 1 minus cosine 2x? Okay, 1 minus cosine 2x squared dx. So half squared, 1 over 4. What about the integral of this one? See, the integral of 1 minus cosine 2x. This one, 2 power 2. Okay, let's open the parenthesis. Which parenthesis? This parenthesis. This one. Let's open this one. I have power 2. Now the integral is, see, equal to the integral. The integral of 1 over 4. See the green one. Okay, look at here. First one square. First times second times 2 will be minus 2 cosine 2x plus the second one square plus cosine squared 2x dx. Clear now? So this one is, I'm using this identity here. I have a plus b squared is first one squared plus first by second by 2 plus second one squared. Okay, this is known by all of you by this one. A plus b squared. I mean a plus b times a plus b. So first one square is 1. 1 by second by 2 will be minus 2 cosine 2x. A plus second one square and cosine square. See, a square plus 2ab plus b square. Now, equal. So now what the integral of this one? This will be integral 1 over 4. Here I have dx minus 2 with 4 will be half. Integral of cosine 2x dx. 1 over 4 plus 1 will be here. 1 over 4 integral cosine squared 2x dx. Now, equal 1 over 4 dx. The first one, 1 over 4. See, this one is 1 over 4. This is not clear. I just have to write again. 1 over 4. See, this 1 over 4 dx is 1 over 4. Integral of 1 dx is x because the integral of x is 1. Minus, what the integral of cosine? Sine. Integral cosine sine. But you need the derivative of which one? Of 2x. So we need there 2. So now what I have to do? Now I have to multiply by 2 here inside the integral. Or outside the integral, I have to divide by 2. I have to divide by 2 outside the integral. Like half by 2 is 1. So what I have now, see, I have half, I have to multiply the right color, and cosine, what we have here, cosine 2x. See the derivative of 2x. Look at what is the derivative of 2x. The derivative of 2x is 2. Now I have to see the right color, multiply 2, divide by 2. Now, before the integral, I have 1 over 2. So now this right color 2 with half is 1. This is still the same step. This still is the same step. So now what is the integral of this one? Cosine. The integral of cosine is sine. Cosine u du. So the integral of cosine u du is sine u plus c. It's sine u plus c. The cosine u is the plus. Okay now? Okay. Now, see? Now, equal now. The integral of cosine will be sine u. Now this one is equal to 1 over 4 x minus half times half is 1 over 4 sine 2x. What about this one? Now integral of cosine squared, a plus 1 over 4 cosine. Also, I'm using the identity of double angle formula, which is cosine. I have here cosine squared theta is half 1 plus cosine 2 theta. This identity. Okay, using this identity. So now this one cosine squared will be integral of what? Integral of half 1 plus cosine 2 theta. Theta 2x will be 4x dx. Okay, so now this one will be plus. The 1 over 2 will be 1 over 8 integral of dx plus 1 over 8 integral of cosine 4x dx equal to the answer C. The answer is equal to now 1 over for the first one, still the same 1 over 4x minus this one 1 over 4 sine 2x plus 1 over 8 will be this 1 over 8x 1 over 8x the integral, because this is 1 plus what the integral of cosine. But here what I need the derivative. So 1 over 8 I need to multiply by derivative of 4x. The derivative of 4x is 4. The derivative of the angle is 4. So we need to multiply by 4 inside the integral, or outside the integral, divide by 4. So now don't forget what you have. Integral of what? Of cosine what? 4x. Cosine of 4x. 4x dx. So the derivative of 4x 4 multiplied by 4 divided by 1 over 4. Why? Because why multiply by 4? Because the derivative of 4x is 4. It is 4. Divide by 4 to be 1. To be this one, the same step. 1 over 8 is the same. Then, okay, then equal to. What is the answer here? See, the answer is plus 1 over 8 times over 1 over 32. And this one is the integral cosine. So now this one cosine u du is sine. What sine? Sine u plus c. So now we let us write all of them equal to. Now the answer is equal to 1 over 4x minus 1 over 4 sine 2x. Okay, sine was sine 2x. But here, see, a plus 1 over 8x here. But this one, I can add it with this one. Okay, so this one will be 3 over 8. So I can write it direct, 3 over 8, this one. So this, I can write this one, 3 over 8. Okay, so I write this one, 3. Let me to raise this one, all of them. So I can write it direct. No need to write one step more. It could be time, takes time, 3 over 8. Why? Because 1 over 4x plus 1 over 8x. So it'll be 3 over 8x. Minus, what minus now? Minus 1 over 4 sine 2x. And what I have here, a plus 1 over 32. Now this one is 1 over 32. See? Plus here, plus what the plus? 1 over 32 sine 4x. So now this is the answer, 3 over 8x minus 1 over 4 sine 2x plus. Now again, just to repeat this one, the last one, if I have sine for 4x. So it's right, is sine squared to the power. This if this one is even. So we write one of them 2 and the power the rest. Now that means the 6, we will write 2 here, write 3. 3 by 2, 3 by 2 will be 6, and here 2, here 3. What about sine squared? This is the sine squared. Half 1 minus cosine 2x. See, half 1 minus cosine 2x. But there is power 2. See the green one. This only sine squared. This one power 2. So what I have 1 over 2 squared, 1 over 4. 1 minus cosine 2x squared. So what I have first, 1 squared is 1. 1 by cosine by 2 will be minus 2 cosine 2x. Plus the second one squared will be cosine squared 2x. Why? Because I said a plus b. First one squared, first plus first by second by 2 to ab plus b squared. Then what I have here now, 4 dx, which is 4x, or 4 by 2 is half. The integral of cosine here, we need the derivative of 2x is 2. The integral of cosine is sine. And here what I have will be 1 over 4 cosine squared. What the cosine squared? Cosine squared is half 1 plus cosine 4x double angle formula from this called half angle formula, which is from this double angle formula, this identity. Okay, so I wrote it here. This is down. This one, it is down. This one. Cosine, this one half angle formula, which is derived from double angle formula cosine 2 theta, which is cosine squared. If you have integral only cosine squared, you have to use it half 1 plus cosine 2 theta. But because this 2x double, see 2 theta, that will be 2 theta, will be 4x. This 2x here, see 2x, what will be? Will be 4x. Will be 4x. Okay? Will be 4x here. Then the integral of 1 by 1, 1 over 2 and 1 over 4, 1 over 8, 1 will be the integral of 1, which is x. So 1 over 8x. See, 1 over 8x here. For cosine, we need u. What is the du? U 4x, but the derivative is 4. So you need to multiply by 4, we divide by 1. You need, so it is 1 here, it is 1. It's not affect this here. Multiply by 4 or divide by 4. Okay, so now cosine 4x, the derivative of 4x is 4. So the integral is, integral of cosine is sine. So and 4 by 8, 32.